Hey everyone, how you doing today? My name's Kirsty and this the biggest haul I've ever had. It's taller than me. Anyway, let's get through it. I'm not gonna lie, 90% of these books were purchased by Ren. And it's just kind of been like a thing where we just keep buying each other things, but it has been amazing and wonderful to spend time with them and take them around all the different bookshops. And of course they, as they keep saying, they aren't able to buy books for themselves because they've got to get them home, so they're making up for it by buying them for me, and I have had to tell them to like stop at times. But yeah, we've had a really fantastic time going to various shops. And then there's also some books here that I've bought for myself, some books that other people have bought for me for like Christmas. And then my birthday is coming up in a few days. I'm the 13th of January. So we've said we're not going to buy any more books until we get to Edinburgh. And that's when we're next going to buy some more books. But yeah, let's go through all of these. I'm going to go over this in chronological order. So I'm going to start with a few books that I bought for myself. Then I'll go into ones that have been bought for me. So before Ren got here at the start of December, I went to my local Asda, which is where I worked at the time, and I picked up two books in their 2 for £5 deal, or 2 for £6, something like that. But this was Confessions of a 40-something fuck-up, and I also bought a Christmas romance book that I can't remember the name of, and I, for some reason, cannot find it. And then Ren mentioned on a video of theirs that they really wanted to read Mort by Terry Pratchett, so I bought a copy for us to read. Then I had a pre-order in December. It's the only pre-order that I had for the last month of the year, but it's one of my most anticipated. I'm annoyed that I didn't get to it in December, but I will get to it at some point very, very soon. And that is Gold by Raven Kennedy. It's the first physical copy I have of this series. So excited. It's the Waterstones edition, so it is both signed. I think it's signed. Yep, it is signed, and it has the edges, and it's so pretty, and it's going to take pride of place right there. Then again, just before Ren got here, I joined Tandem on one of their read-alongs for Under Your Spell by Laura Wood, and if the tabs alone don't tell you how much I adored this. It was my final book of the year for 2023, and it got 5 stars, and I resonated so hard with Clemmy, the main character. It was unreal. It was quite scary just how much I felt I was this character, but I was kindly gifted this, and you should read it. It's one of the best romances I've read, and I love Laura's writing. But I got Under Your Spell very kindly sent to me by Tandem. And now we start the books that were actually purchased by Ren. So the very first day, well, the day after they arrived, we went for a bit of a drive to a local shopping centre so they could get used to roundabouts. And we ended up going to WH Smith's, where they had a bit of a manga sale, and it was like 2 for £10 or something. But we picked up Spy Family, Volume 1 by Tatsuya Endo, and I also got Shiver by Junji Ito, which ridiculously, these were 2 for £8 I think it was, and yet this is $18.99 on its own and was in the 2 for £8 deal. But I wasn't complaining, I got it, and I am very much looking forward to getting to this. Then we went back into the Asda because I wanted to show Ren all the books there and the prices, and got told to F off continuously for how cheap they were. And we picked up Love Like Files. We got a copy each. We're going to read it together, annotate it, and then swap copies when we've done. So we've got a little memento. And then as we were looking, I saw this and I just immediately was drawn to the art style. And it's The Cat Who Taught Zen by James Norbury. And it's just full of these beautiful like watercolours and very soft. It's got very similar art style to The Boy, the Fox, the Mole and the Horse. The Boy, the Mole, the Horse and the Fox, whatever order it comes in. Very similar to that, and it's a story based on his experiences of reading Asian literature, and then he's written a story that's kind of got that like whimsical, Asian inspired like story and telling, and I'm just very much excited for this one. The next trip we did was a trip into Birmingham, which for those who are unaware, Birmingham is the 2nd or 3rd largest city in England and has Forbidden Planet and Waterstones, and of course we went into both and we picked up quite a lot there. So Forbidden Planet had some sales going because end of year lines, things like that. So in that one I picked up Watakoi Love is Hard for Otaku Volume 6. I'm only on Volume 2, but this was down from, I think it's like down from £13 to £4, so we were like, grab it while it's on cheap. Zara Guardians of the Dawn is one that I've been wanting to get hold of for most of this year, and again it's a signed edition, it's got a little book plate, and again this was on sale. And then the last one in the sale was Shanghai Immortal by A.Y. Chow, which is another one that I've been really excited for all year, and again is signed and is a really pretty edition. And this one features a half kitsune, half vampire, and I'm like, sounds so good. And then I just got a couple of normal books. So we've got Before the Coffee Gets Cold by Toshikazu Kawaguchi, and it was a special edition, like sprayed edges edition. I don't know if all of the editions come with it, but this one did, so I wanted it, and it was only, I think we got it for £5. It wasn't that expensive, it was great. And then the final book that we got, like in the book section, was one that I read last year. I absolutely loved it, and I've been wanting to get hold of it, and as soon as we saw it, it was kind of like just grab it and get it. And that was the Anime Chef Cookbook, because the author of this, she has taken recipes. So we've got here Dragon Ball Z, and it's got like Ponyo, the ramen from the movie Ponyo. And then if you go onto her Instagram, she also does videos of her recreating all of these menu items. And she also takes iconic scenes from anime and recreates them, and it's so good. I absolutely loved it, and if there is any way to get me in the kitchen and cooking, it's to make an anime dish. And then finally in Forbidden Planet we grabbed some manga, and they always have like a 3 for 2 sale, so I got Mao Volume 3, Ex Yakuza and Stray Kitten Volume 1, which I have read. It was the first finished book that I read in 2024. And then finally one that I started the anime of and then decided I wanted to try the manga, and that is the Yakuza's Guide to Babysitting Volume 1. After that was a trip to Waterstones, and we didn't stay in there for very long, because by that point we were both really tired. We'd been in the city for about 3-4 hours. They'd only been in the country 2 days, so jet lag was kicking in. We also didn't realise at that point that Ren had also started to come down with COVID by that point, and I think that was the first day that it kind of really hit them. Yeah, by that point we were both just done and we wanted to get home. But as soon as I walked in, I saw the Days at the Morisaki bookshop just sat on like the table that was like buy one get one half price. And I thought, well, I've just got Before the Coffee Gets Cold, and I kind of want to try more translated fiction, so I grabbed it. And then as it was buy one get one half price, this book's been kind of coming to my attention. At first I wasn't interested, then I was, then I wasn't, then I was. So I just thought I'd grab it and give it a try, and that's tomorrow and tomorrow and tomorrow. So I have both of these to give a go. Then we had a bit of a break and we went to my dad's for Christmas, so I'll talk you through like what books I got for Christmas. The first one I got is Conventionally Yours. I'm actually currently reading this. It's my first like full novel of 2024, and this was from Book Babes UK. Every Wednesday they do like a wishlist Wednesday. I posted my wishlist. Someone very kindly gifted me a little Christmas present. So this is from a lady called Kira, and as I said, I chose this as my first book of the year. I am really enjoying it. It is nerds, it's geeks, it's a card game, conventions, it's queer, and it's just so fun, and I'm having such a good time with it. From Chelsea Zhao, I got Christina Lauren's The Soulmate Equation, and thank you so much, Chelsea. I really love it. And just like a little sweet note that came with it. And yeah, so Soulmate Equation by Christina Lauren. And then Ren did the Ren thing and went on my Amazon wishlist and ordered a whole stack of books. Every single one of these I have already read, but it's nice that I've now got physical copies of them to display. If you have seen my book bracket where I selected my book of the year, you will know that in third place for the entirety of 2023, my third favourite book of the year was Boyfriend Material, so I now have a physical copy of that I will go through and annotate sometime. They bought me the illustrated edition, anniversary edition of The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue, and it is just so stunning. And these end pages are beautiful, and I may have spent 5 minutes just looking at all of the extras while everyone else was waiting for me to open my next present because they wanted to know what I got. They got me a copy of The Sunbearer Trials. We all know Aidan Thomas is one of my top authors and I love this book. And the second book in this duology is out this year, Celestial Monsters, and I cannot wait. And then they got me book 2 and 3 in the Greatcoats trilogy, so I now have all 4 books in physical format and I cannot wait to finish it and have my heart completely and utterly ripped out and destroyed. So to everyone who bought me anything for Christmas, thank you so much. I really do appreciate it. And I'm so excited to get to all of these books. Then on Boxing Day, for once, I think in the entire time that Ren has been here, we have had one day of blue skies and sunshine. So we went out to a place called Clumber Park, which is a national park, an estate in Nottinghamshire. And they have a secondhand bookshop thing there. I didn't expect to pick up much, but of course I did. I picked up 5 books. So we picked up, these are all ones that I bought. Ren did not buy these. So as I said to Ren, not everything was bought by them. But I got The Shadow of the Wind by Carlos Ruiz Zafón because I've heard a lot about this. And I think Elizabeth from Plant Based Bride has mentioned this one being one of her favourites. We have The Fiancé Farce by Alexandria Bellefleur. I didn't recognise this one at first until I saw the alternate cover with the 2 ladies in the pink dresses and I was like, oh, it's that book. So I thought I would give that one a go. We have The Unhoneymooners by Christina Lauren. I've been wanting to give them a go for a while, but I didn't really want to pay full price for one of their books, and these were like £1.50 each, so I thought, why not? A Man Called Uwe. It's not my favourite cover because I hate movie covers of books, but I thought, I know how much Charlotte loves Frederick Backman, and I have been wanting to give this one a go for a while. I'm just scared that it's going to emotionally destroy me. And then finally, a little fun one that I picked up that's a Conspiracy of Ravens, and it's just a little compendium that goes through all the different types of birds and what the collective names for them are. A colony of bee-eaters, a spiral of creepers, for example. And it's just been really fun reading through and seeing what there is. And then finally, my dad gifted me one off his shelves because we were going through and I was getting all my stuff out of storage. So we went through his shelves and then he found a book that he didn't recognise and was like, this isn't mine. And I was like, well, I know for a fact it's not mine. But it looked interesting, so I picked it up. And that was Alan Garner's The Weird Stone of Brisingamen. We then had a few days off until today, where we ended up in the works. And trust me, Ren's stack of books is bigger than mine. And suddenly they're now having to look at how many clothes they're going to have to leave so that they can fit all their books in their suitcase, which is hilarious. We also went to a couple of charity shops, and I picked up a couple of books for myself. One of the 52 Book Club's prompts for 2024 is to read a book that was nominated for the Booker Prize. I wasn't really interested in anything, but then I saw Claire Keegan, Small Things Like These, and I was like, super short. It's the right time of year because it's winter. I know it's based before Christmas and we're now after Christmas, but it's still kind of the right time of year. And it's like super short, and it was only £1. So I picked it up and I was like, that's that prompt filled. I then got a physical copy of The Switch by Beth O'Leary. I have it on my Kindle, but I haven't gotten around to it. But I thought if I've got a physical and a Kindle, maybe I'll actually finally read it this year. And then I saw this edition of Fangirl that I'd never seen before. And if you remember from a few years ago, Fangirl was one of my favourite books of, I think, 2019. This book still speaks to me. It still has a very special place in my heart. And it was in a fan art edition from W.H. Smith, and it has really beautiful artwork in it. So I was like, I want it, I need it. And it was only 50p. And then, yeah, we went into the works. And we went a bit crazy. So I picked up I've been getting back into tarot recently, and I want to continue to work with tarot, and I've been wanting a little workbook to help me sort of go through, and this one just goes through each card. You have little exercises to help you understand how they work, and it gives you like guides and layouts and things like that, and it's just like a proper little study guide on tarot and helping you connect with the cards. I got a Goblin Core colouring book just because I really loved some of the designs in here, like the funky mushrooms. I picked up Tessa Bailey's Window Shopping for this Christmas, like 2024, just get them in while they're cheap, because it was in the £1 sale. One that I picked up before Ren arrived was King of Scars by Leigh Bardugo. Basically, I bought my nephews one book each before Christmas as like a little something for them when they arrived in England, because if you don't know, my sister lives in Australia and my nephews are Australian, and they were over for Christmas this year. And so I bought them a book, and I bought myself King of Scars, and then today I picked up Rule of Wolves, so I've got the duology and I can get that done back to back. And then I picked up in the £3 sale This Winter by Alice Oseman, so another one ready for next year. Then You and Me on Vacation by Emily Henry, because I read Beach Read and loved it in 2023, so I really wanted to give another one of hers a go, and I saw the word sale and went, done. And finally we have The Witches at the End of the World. I picked purely cover by, then I read the back and I was like, okay, could be very interested in this one. And so it went in the basket. And then there might even be a few more, because some of the ones that Ren bought, if they can't take them home, I'll take care of them and I'll read them. But yeah, that is it for the books that I've got so far. There will be a part 2 to this, because like I said, my birthday is in not even 2 weeks and we're going to be away. And we do have plans to go book shopping in Edinburgh. We're not talking about the K-pop albums. That's a whole different story. But yeah, we've got everything. That is all of everything that I've got so far. Like I said, thank you to everyone that has gifted me for Christmas. Love you guys so much. Thank you to my dad for taking us to Canva Park and giving me a couple of books off his shelves as well. And the biggest thank you to Ren, because they have basically sorted out my reading for the next 3 years. This is clearly the biggest haul of my life. I think there's like almost more books here already for sort of end of 2020. In the past 2 weeks I've ended up with more books than I think I bought in the entirety of 2023 myself, which is insane. But as Ren said, we don't get to see each other in person very often, or ever really, and we're both making the most of them being here by doing what we can, and that includes buying a shit ton of books and a load of bookcases to put the books on. So yeah. And obviously I am so grateful not only for the books but also just to have them in my life. It's been magical. It's been one of the best Christmases I've ever had. We'll ignore the fact that I had COVID and my sister has had back-to-back illnesses since she got here. It's all good. We're all okay. Anyway, I hope you all had a fantastic Christmas, if you celebrate Christmas and you got lots of books. Let me know if you did get any books, what have you hauled recently, and I'll be back in January, like in the next couple of weeks, no doubt, with part 2. There's probably going to be about as the same, knowing us, because we have no control. Just zero control. And zero money now. It's all good. So let me know in the comments if you have hauled anything recently that you're really excited to get to. I'm genuinely excited to get to every single one of these. And like I said, some of these have been bought knowing that I've already read them, but they're there so I can reread them and have them on my shelf so I can actually talk about them a bit more. But yeah, I hope you're good. I hope you're staying safe. And until next time, bye. I missed one. Get a Life, Chloe Brown. We saw it, I was like, and Ren had picked up 2 and hadn't picked a third for the 3 for £6, so they were like, just get it and then you've got a physical copy of one of your all-time favourite books.